couple of years before finally breaking through to the top 10. Some fine wins. Not enough tournament wins just yet on the ATP Tour 4 thus far for WAWRINKA. But watch out for him in 2014. He has started well, looking sharp. Didn't quite progress in the doubles along with Benoit pair here. They were defending champions but were unlucky not to go through to the next round, losing 9-11 in the match tie break to the top seeds Bopanna and Qureshi, who of course then proceeded to go down to Maineni and Kazanov pair in the quarterfinal. Good to see WAWRINKA back in Chennai once again. He is the top seed, world number 8. So in a sense, of course, he has improved in 2013. And BEDENE maintained his top 100 ranking somewhere in the late 80s. Did reach a high of 71 though, Aljas. But then slipped back into just about 90 or so. Played in all the 4 Grand Slams in 2013. So he is on the up. Unfortunately, didn't progress too far in the Grand Slams. But 1-2 more Challenger Tour titles, BEDENE. All eyes, of course, on the top seed. Especially considering that the second seed, Mikhail Yuzhny, unfortunately had to retire because of a stomach bug. And also the third seed, Fabio Fognini, had to retire because of a left quadriceps strain. So, in a sense, tournament-wise, a lot of pressure on our Swiss number 2. But he does look good as always from both flanks. Big forehand and of course one of the finest backhands in the game. Wins our FedEx toss as well. Confirmation then that the man from Ljubljana, Slovenia, now living in London, is taking on our top seed in the frame now on television. Stan, the man, WAWRINKA. Nickname, of course, Stan, but that's not much of a nickname. Understandable. What's he been up to? A ranking of number 8. Broke through into the top 10. 28, so plenty of time to go. 14th year on tour. And, of course, a very fit 6 foot, 81 kilos. This is his best ranking ever. When he crushes that forehand, it's something to watch. And of course the backhand, a delight. Currently living in London, but like I said, he was born in Ljubljana in Slovenia and has slipped back into the late 90s, the mid 90s after reaching 71. Same height, a lot lighter. Good 9 kilos lighter than WAWRINKA. And of course considerably younger, still growing on tour. Will be happy to someday break into the top 50. Has the capability. Plenty of interested spectators here on centre court. Nungambakam, Chennai, the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu. Fine stadium, wonderful facilities. And I'm very pleased to now be joined in the commentary box. By the way, this is Charu Sharma. Happy to be joined by Anand Amritraj. Should we call you senior now?
Well, very unfortunate ending to that doubles match. I mean, the boys had 4 break points and couldn't find a way to win one of them. Otherwise, we'd been in for an interesting second set and hopefully headed towards tie break. But Sriram Balaji has played so well the other night. Didn't serve particularly well today, nor return anywhere near as well as he did. And unfortunately, the Indians went down in 2 straight sets, 6-3, 6-3, against actually quite a good team, better team than I thought they were.
Oh, I must confess, Pavic particularly was spectacular. I mean, the lefty did nothing wrong, maybe 1 out of 20 things, but they were clearly better. And you mentioned Sriram Balaji, perhaps not at his best, but Ramkumar Ramanathan was certainly way off best. He couldn't make anything.
They were both not anywhere near their top form today, unfortunately.
Shame. They went down very easily, as you said. All right, now there's plenty happening apart from centre court activity. And we'll just remind you that we had a bartending stint by this man here, Stan Wawrinka, showcasing his skills on court. But earlier in the Bulls bartending evening, showcased some of his bartending skills, organized by Bulls, who are the official partners of the Aircel Chennai Open. Okay, Stan, come on. Another couple of flips. There you go. Okay. Well, he enjoyed himself, and fortunately, he's ever smiling and happy to contribute to all these activities that surround ATP tournaments. Certainly here at the Aircel Chennai Open, very well promoted tournament. In fact, an award-winning tournament. And here are some of the special tweets.
The best friends Stan and Benoit are playing at the same time. How will they support each other? Are they playing at the same time?
Benoit's on the outside court.
Benoit's playing doubles
non-television court.
Or singles?
Singles, but on the outside court.
Well, I'm sure that's not a problem for either one. I mean, Stan's take care of his match and Benoit will take care of his match as we look at the lovely Fiat Linea, which has been driving us around from the hotel, the Great Hyatt Regency here in Chennai, down to the courts and back, and perfect for Chennai roads. Very comfortable, very roomy on the inside. The Fiat Linea, made by the top Italian car makers.
Christoph Damaska from Germany, on duty, high up on the chair. It's become a pretty technology-driven game on the chair as well now.
It surely has. Every time, well, yesterday they would have definitely had to keep track of those challenges. you know, it went down from 3 to 2 to 1 to 0 in the first 4 games of the set. So you need something to keep your mind occupied, basically. Today the boys, I was just watching the doubles from courtside, and nobody used any of their challenges. It was 6. All the 6 were left on the board, which was quite amazing.
Largely because of our friend Pevic, who hit everything for clean winners all the time.
Pevic, I just heard, was the world's #1 junior in doubles. So that's where it comes from. And right now ranked in the 70s, so he's a heck of a doubles player. I didn't realize this Croatian team was as good as they were. And the ground strokes were huge. Being a lefty, he had a naturally good serve. And so it was a tough matchup for the Indian boys.
Yes, it was. I mean, you talk about Pevic's proven quality, but we'll have to say that the Indian boys were well below potential, or so it seemed. I mean, when you're playing a better team, you always are made to look a little worse than you are. But I'm sure they could have, on a better day, put up a bigger show.
Definitely. They didn't play nearly as well as they did against Rajiv Ram and Lipsky the other night. But, things happen, especially in doubles. When you've got a no-ad scoring system and only 2 sets, you've got to start well. And the first service game of the Croatians is what they had a big chance in. 2 break points, didn't convert, and then it kind of went downhill from there. But still, I mean, looking at the match right now, the top seed, the center of your screen, Stan Wawrinka, number 8 in the world. And this man here, one of the rising stars on the ATP Tour, BEDENE from... Is it Slovenia or Slovakia?
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
Ljubljana.
And of course he now lives in London. So, I mean, that's all history.
That's history, yeah.
He couldn't have chosen a more expensive place to live in.
Yeah. He reminds me of a very young Tim Henman. The way he looks a little bit, the face especially. I'm talking about Tim Henman. I read in the newspaper today that he's going to be over here to help some of the juniors and promote tennis in India. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I shouldn't say this considering how I look, but there was a photograph of Henman in the papers, and he must have been 3 times his size.
No,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I think there must have been a photo of someone else. I saw him in Wimbledon, he looked okay. But anyway, first point of the match.
Well, BEDENE obviously has the tools to get past a top 10 or a top 20 player as he was last year, Wawrinka. Yeah. And Wawrinka's go-for-broke game once in a while does let him down because everything's really big forehands, big backhands.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, well, that too. It doesn't take the pace off most times.
And BEDENE's first name is Ayaz? How do you say it?
Aljas.
Aljas. Oops.
15-all.
Well, he's done well to get to the quarterfinal, 2 wins, and that will certainly help his confidence as he goes into the Australian tennis season. Should be straight into the Aussie Open. Yeah, great. That first serve setting it up.
Well, I don't know the full score. I suppose we could find out. But the first round he got past Henri Laaksonen. Third set tiebreak. So that was a
third.
Yeah, so,
and Laaksonen was a qualifier.
Yeah. So that was a tough encounter.
Big win.
And then in the second round, he got past Kudryavtsev, who was always a tough customer, who retired because of an injury in the second set, or just not feeling too well.
It's amazing how far WAWRINKA is behind the court. Moves in with the short ball. It's not wide. But he starts off returning serve 8 to 10 feet behind the baseline and take that huge swing, huge cut on the backhand side.
Well, when you have that upper body strength,
you can do it.
You move a few feet further behind, you can still thump it back.
Net first service.
Ooh, a little unlucky.
And BEDENE also, amongst his many other assets, moves very well on court. He's very fit, only about 72 kilos, got good speed.
72 kilos, that's all he is?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, he will have to play 110% of his game
30-40
to get anywhere close to the number one seed. Stan looks like he's come to play again tonight. All fired up from game one. Yeah, great serve.
Yes.
Perfectly placed down the tee. 194 kilometers an hour. Fabulous motion. Look at that. Couldn't have been placed any better. Oh, beautiful slice backhand. Wow. Wide open court. That's the problem with getting around the backhand and trying to hit the forehand all the time. You give your opponent a lot of space to hit into and stand it there.
WAWRINKA.
You have to go for broke on that once you get around and commit yourself.
143, that forehand. Big from WAWRINKA.
Game. WAWRINKA.
And with
First
that, this
game.
forehand, the number one seed gets his early break. Stan, of course, playing two of the best matches of last year. One against Novak Djokovic at the Australian Open about a year ago, going down 10-8 in the fifth. And for those who watched the match and have mentioned it to me, he was the better player for a large part of the fifth set. But somehow Djokovic clawed his way back into the match and pulled it out. Second match, the one that I watched, was the quarterfinal of the US Open, where he beat Murray in five. Also a brilliant effort.
Well, there's no doubt that 2013 was a breakthrough year for WAWRINKA. In that, even if you're 17 or so, under 20, top 20 as he was
Stanislas,
2011 and
WAWRINKA
12, it just that final threshold to break through to the top 10, very difficult. And to his credit, he did.
Ah, brilliant.
Helps to have the finest backhand in the game. No
15
hesitation
over.
at all. That's what helps him pull it off time and again.
Not only that, he was almost up to the service line, but had to use a lot of topspin to get the ball up and down quickly over the net. Oh, nice pickup. Oh, that was an ugly shot. I think he used the old Conti grip,
15 over.
continental grip, and It didn't work out. Watch this. This one right here absolutely didn't get under the ball and hit through it. Not an easy shot though.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing backhand.
Sweet.
30-15.
It looked like it sounded like a bit of a miss hit, but all the same. Watch this right here. This one steps into it nicely.
Look clean. Fabulous.
Nope, just wide. I think Aljas
30 all.
BEDENE has his work cut out for him tonight. Yeah, well done.
40-30.
Attacking the net at precisely the right time. No, he had it lined up, just
Deuce.
caught the ball a bit late and pulled it wide, which is why it's always tricky to hit a down the line winner. If you catch it a little late, it ends up in the alley.
I know it's all microseconds, but at times it's only because you change your mind a shade too late. You say, all right, clean cross court. I say, well, wait a minute, there's space on up the line. I'll rather go there. And that's when the error comes about more often.
No, that was a tough shot to go for a winner.
Advantage
It was
BEDENE.
way behind the baseline, and his opponent hit a pretty solid forehand. WAWRINKA pulling it wide. Now a chance for the young Slovenian to break back. Change of pace. Ooh, not a very high
Deuce.
percentage shot there. Off of a good WAWRINKA backhand, he tried a drop shot from behind the baseline. Not what the doctor ordered. Definitely not.
Well, he had a big opportunity there to break back.
Nice
Advantage
pickup from the
WAWRINKA.
#1 seed. Just absorbed the power of the BEDENE forehand and kind of bunted it down the line. That's actually a great serve. First
So
serve,
BEDENE
kicker
showing
out
the
wide.
goal on the right near sideline. Ball was
Looked
good
good, but the Slovenian making the challenge. I think he's going to lose this one. Yeah. So
Post
down
tennis.
from 3 to 2 challenges early in the
Game
set.
WAWRINKA leads 2 games to love. BEDENE has 2 challenges remaining.
So I'm looking forward to the next match. That should be a lot of fun. Yuki against Pospisil, or as Vijay calls him, Popsicle.
Well, Popsicle, the second highest ranked Canadian.
And apparently a very, very good player.
And a nice young man. Also very young. Looks it too. Has a baby face on him.
Out.
Yeah, it was not working out for BEDENE so far.
Love 15.
But I'm sure he will consider time to time that, listen, last year, same man, same court, same place, I beat him. And he may not have the big weapons, but his retrieving is usually excellent. Too many errors in the backhand so far today.
Oh, just long. Might be worth a
15
challenge.
all.
Ah, great serve. Needs
30,
that kind of
15.
heat to force the error. Heat and direction. 203. It's a good start to the year for this young man. Give him the confidence down in Sydney and Melbourne the next 2 weeks. Ooh, that was close. That forehand. WAWRINKA taking a long look.
40-15.
Little late to challenge.
Net first service.
Going for broke. 207. Great return. Great
40,
return,
30.
so deep. BEDENE would have had to move his feet a lot better to get hold of that.
Catches it so precisely. His timing is so good on the backhand. Single hand backhand, often a victim of timing. But best in the world, WAWRINKA. And once again,
Well,
a backhand error from BEDENE.
My opinion, one of the best in the world, but certainly the prettiest. Beautiful looking backhand. And good kicker, look at that. Ah, that is so hard to do.
You're going to change your
Wow.
mind now?
No, it's a great backhand, no question. There's a lot of great two-handers as well, but, you know, I mean, as far as the way, look at the way he hits this. Unbelievable shoulder turn. Look at him, he's almost in the linesman's lap. And from that distance away, he's able to pull the trigger. Incredible backhand.
Obviously a very high level of confidence or you wouldn't play that shot.
Ah, well played. Wow! Guys really seeing the ball so well. The Swiss, incredible.
Advantage, WAWRINKA.
Yeah, fabulous point. An exhibition of wonderful backhand control. And then, of course, up the line, not easy at all. He was in good position, mind you. And BEDENE, despite all his speed and anticipation, nowhere near it. Terrific by the top seed.
Now a break point for a second break for the Swiss. This would effectively seal the set. Yep, and there it is. So 2 breaks of serve for the number 1 seed, and he's in a very comfortable
WAWRINKA leads
position.
3 games to love.
This quarterfinal match at the Chennai Open. 3 games to love. First set.
Time.
Good to see the top seed with his game face on. Once in a while, WAWRINKA, when perhaps things are not going well for him, if there's a slew of errors and you can see the body language change, but everything's gone his way today. We said this before, but it's a bit of a revenge match. Aljas BEDENE, the Slovenian, getting the better of the Swiss here last year in the quarterfinal. Same stage.
Ooh.
Love 15.
That was a mess of a drop shot. It bounced his side of the court before it made the net. Don't see that too often.
Possibly a late decision, but it looked ugly.
Tried another one. The same. I mean,
Not
what is that?
30.
A brain cramp from the number 1 seed. He's been playing such amazing tennis, and now 2 bad attempts at a drop shot. Neither one. Watch this. Ooh, ugly,
It's
ugly.
certainly not as ugly as the first attempt.
Ooh. He should just stick to his power hitting. That'll probably make his life much easier.
15.
But tell me, Shahrukh, what was the score last year when these two played? 2 sets or 3 sets?
Not sure, but I could check. And it was a bit of a surprise.
Oh, a huge surprise, because I think he was seated quite high even last year, was
WAWRINKA.
WAWRINKA. Yeah, that's
Thank you
that's
very
more
much.
like it. Yeah, that's more like it.
But a nice deep cross-court backhand to begin
30.
with. Got the short
Setting
reply
up.
from BEDENE.
Exactly. This one right here is what does the damage. This, of course, copybook.
Those backhand errors are just eating up Aljas BEDENE so far. Just want to quickly fill you in onto the quarterfinal on the outside court. Edouard Roger Vasselin playing a lot of doubles these days. Took the first set against Dudi Sela 7-5. Went down in tiebreak in the second set. We're into the decider. That's on the outside court.
And with that
Game, WAWRINKA.
hold,
WAWRINKA leads 4 games to none.
WAWRINKA moves to a 4-love lead. And talking about very good one-handed backhands, Dudi Sela has one of them. Not pretty, but he gets the job done with it. A lot of winners, and for a little guy, moves extremely well. He's been the Israeli number 1 for many, many years in singles, and very, very hard to beat at the Ramat Hasharon Center in Tel Aviv, where they play all the Davis Cup matches. Dudi, the staple of the Israeli Davis Cup team, and a good friend of both the Amritraj boys. Oops, double. Well, if he loses this service game, it's going to be a bagel.
Well, the Amritraj boys are friends with Dudi Sela, but are the Amritraj fathers friends with Slow Motion?
Well, we had Shlomo here for the Davis Cup in 1987 when we beat Israel, and he was pounded in both singles and doubles, so he's not that much of a friend anymore.
That was a lovely name, though.
Shlomo.
Slow Motion.
Slow motion, yeah. Look at this. Oh, that was really ambitious. He was 10, 12 feet behind the baseline, decided to go down the line. He's made it before, so figures why not. But overcooks it. BEDENE completely at the mercy of the ground strokes of the Swiss star. Yeah, just a little late. But you know, amazingly, when you asked him yesterday
30-15.
about what he thought about maybe catching up to Federer or whatever in the rankings, you know, he ducked it completely. He just said no, Federer is such a great player and he's going to come back to the top of the rankings and this and that. He walked right away from it. Didn't even touch it with a 100-foot pole.
Yeah, but I didn't expect him to diss Federer, you know.
No, I wouldn't expect him to do that. But you would have thought saying, well, I hope someday I can catch up with him or something.
Right. 30 all.
Yeah, also the legend that surrounds Federer, you don't
True.
want to tangle with that, you know, because I mean, the media and others would just pick up the fact that, oh, you gotten too big, rather than seeing a little bit of humor there, you know.
And that's why when he's played Federer 15 times, he's only won once. If you have, you know, that much respect for someone, you don't play a game against them. Which is a shame, because this guy has just as much... right now, there's not too much difference in levels. Maybe 5 years ago, there was. When Federer was, at that point, greatest player of his era.
So trouble continues for Aljas BEDENE.
Point for a third break of serve.
Net first service.
And the one thing that WAWRINKA, I suppose, will forever owe Federer is an Olympic gold. How many
Gold.
people get an Olympic gold medal? And WAWRINKA had the
many.
good fortune to just say, Federer, I'm going to play with you. All right, thank you very much. I'll take the gold. Federer and anyone.
Well, and they beat the Bryans, which is a good effort. Always. Missed it. He missed a couple of backhands in the last two games. Unusual. That was point for what I call a bagel. Been 5 love and you would have held serve for 6 love, but now a chance for the young man to get on the board.
No doubt that WAWRINKA is taking his foot off the pedal, trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh yeah, great shot. Yeah, well done. The big forehand down the line, setting up
Advantage
that easy
BEDENE.
smash. A nice service motion, BEDENE. Very compact, easy motion. Oh, what an angle. Well, that's what happens. Oh, well played. Great backhand down the line, setting up that overhead. Problem is when you play an angle to someone with a backhand like WAWRINKA, and you're looking at that backhand down the line. This smash not as easy as it looked. Look where he hit it. I think WAWRINKA really wants to bagel him for what he did to him last year. At least one bagel. Oops.
Advantage WAWRINKA.
Second double of the game. Well, you do have to mix up your serves with someone who returns as well as the Swiss star does, but you know, you really have to give it some air over the net.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. He had earned himself a shot at leveling back at deuce by that excellent serve. But the net court intervened. Yeah, 5 love for the top seed against the man who beat him here in the quarterfinal, same stage last year. We'll have to say, looking good for Stan WAWRINKA.
Time.
Well, Stan Wawrinka trying to avenge his defeat by the man on your screen, Bedene, in last year's quarterfinal. And things looking really good for the number 1 seed. 5 love and serving.
Love 15.
Holds this game, and it would be what we in tennis terms call a bagel. 6 love. No,
Love
2
30.
loose points.
Well, now that he's so close to the bagel, I have no doubt that WAWRINKA will want to not experiment with those dodgy drop shots, as he did a couple of times earlier.
Tremendous. Oh, wow. He needed that to regain some of his confidence. But, of course, Stan Wawrinka did not put enough on that high forehand volley, which he should have killed this one right here. Neither pace nor direction, and Bedene, as quick as he is, had a good look at that forehand pass. Saves 1.
15-40.
So Bedene's biggest strength is serve and, of course, his movement.
30-40.
2.
Like the last service game of the Croatian team against the Indians, saved 1, 2, 3, and 4 break points, all one after the other, which is really unfortunate for the Chennai boys.
Yeah, you felt sad for them having worked themselves into a good
Good
position.
Went for that kicker out wide. No, went for too much.
Game, Bedene.
Well, and the Slovenian is on the board. 1 break of serve.
WAWRINKA leads 5 games to 1.
Now, one thing we've noticed over the years is that when WAWRINKA gets dead serious, and when the pressure's on, and when he wants to really deliver, he starts grunting a bit. Not ordinarily, though. I mean, he just plays very quietly, but the little oomph comes in at the right time.
Well, let's see if he can break again here. The Slovenian hasn't held serve so far in this set. Oops.
15 love.
There's a very mistimed backhand. Actually, his backhand has gone off a little bit in the last 15 minutes. He was smoking it early in the set. And as one player's level drops a little bit, the other one picks up.
30 love.
And of course, he's very proud about his serve, Bedene. He says that's my strong point, and as we saw, also is motoring around the court. So he is playing to his strength.
Yeah, great shot. Not easy to pull the trigger on that one, but good balance and very good racket head speed, pulling it down the line, or inside in as it's called. Three game points.
What do we do without new terms, huh?
Yeah, always new terms coming along. Apparently the word selfie was just introduced into the Oxford Dictionary or Webster's Dictionary or one of them. Oh.
Game, Bedene.
Stan, stop those drop shots. It's been diabolical how bad it's
5
been.
games to 2. New boards, please.
Aljas holds for a change, but he's still way down in the opening set here against the top seed, who leads 5-2 and should come back to finish it off.
Time.
Well, Aljas BEDENE has managed to break back once. He's going to have to break back twice more to even the set. Oh yeah, great shot. Well done. WAWRINKA did well to stab at that forehand volley and get it back in play, but Slovenian certainly has lifted his game last 15 minutes, just as Stan's level has dropped off a little, making the set more interesting. Yeah, great shot. Pace on, big pace on that
15
forehand.
all.
But I think his concentration wavered a bit, and now he's trying to find it again. Must have thought he already had the set in the bag. Oh, that's a better place to try it from.
When you're 4 feet away from the net.
Net.
But yeah, there was a suggestion of complacency
30-15.
earlier on, and a little bit of experimentation, saying, well, this first set I have in the bag. And then here's that short cross court. Very well done, softly done, good hands. A little
Well,
behind him, well done.
If he missed that, he should never try another drop shot the rest of his
Not
life.
today.
A little late. It's not an easy shot, but Stan makes it look easy. Just missed a couple of them today. To hit a reverse cross-court backhand from the middle of the court and create your own angle is such a tough shot. But he does it, and Federer does it with his one-hander. Novak does it with his two-hander. Great serve.
40-30.
It's one thing if you have enough setup time, if the ball's ballooned a bit, but when it's coming hard and flat, it's just so difficult.
Very hard to change
yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to do it on a regular basis. You can do it occasionally. There it is.
First set, WAWRINKA 6
WAWRINKA
games
holding
to
on
2.
to his serve for a 6-2 win in the opening set in this first quarterfinal of the Aircel Chennai Open.
First set, WAWRINKA 6-2.
Thanks for joining us for our coverage of the ACO Chennai Open 2014. Let's quick look at WAWRINKA's shot placement. Much more on the backhand, 53%, knowing that BEDENE's backhand was stuttering a bit. And of course, he does have such a sweet backhand. But equally effective on the forehand, if not more effective with his big, thunderous forehands. So WAWRINKA has done well, 6-2 in the opening set against the man who knocked him out last year in the quarterfinal. looks to be in good shape. Had a nice off season.
Second set, Aljas Bedene to
We've had
serve.
a couple of problems with our seeds. The second seed, Mikhail, usually returning to India in Chennai after 6 years. Unfortunately, caught a stomach bug. So, bottom half of the draw was disturbed. And also, the third seed, Fabio Fognini, carrying an injury into the tournament, couldn't carry on.
Love 15.
Had the opportunity.
Well, he's going to really have to make a good start here, Bedene. His level has certainly picked up in the last couple of games of the first set, but cannot afford a lose game here. Ooh,
Love 30.
Oh,
that was a
didn't look
bad
very
miss.
good, yeah. And it's got him muttering. Because it's difficult enough against WAWRINKA, and then that kind of an unforced error really makes you a little upset with yourself, knowing that it's so tough, the situation right now.
that's trouble. Big trouble. Ooh! He made the two difficult ones.
Snatched at it. Feel sorry for Bedene because he was favourite for the point after that serve. But
Did a nice job with the first two forehand volleys. This one right here. Good hands there. And this, too big a swing and just completely muffed it. Amazing. That's what happens when your technique is not quite right.
so, 3 break points for WAWRINKA, and Bedene quickly in trouble in the second set as well.
Went for it again.
15-40.
Like I said, love 40. Not a bad play. Still 2 more chances to break in this opening game. Yeah, there it is. Just waiting for that opening, and that was perfectly struck. You know what he does so well with that backhand is he
First
measures
game,
it.
second
He
set.
measures the distance between himself and the ball so well that he's never too close, never too far away. And when I say never, I mean 9 out of 10 times. His spacing between the ball and his body are quite superb. You can say that of all the top 10, top 20 players who do it so well. And the balance is great too.
Well, he's still young enough, 27, 28 now, WAWRINKA, to hopefully get into the top 5. Did have a couple of very good wins late this season against top 10ers.
15
Perfect serve on the middle
Clip the
center
line.
line. Oh, I think he can definitely get in the top 5. He is just as good as, on a good day, just as good as Andy Murray. I don't know if he is as good as Djokovic or Nadal, but certainly with Andy, David Ferrer, all of them he has beaten and can beat on a regular basis. No, I do think though that he has a mental block against Federer. And,
15
I'll tell you what, Federer is the one most beatable right now as far as WAWRINKA is concerned.
yeah.
And I don't wish Federer any less fortune than WAWRINKA, but it may be WAWRINKA's year against his higher ranked Swiss compatriot.
Oh, that's a tough shot. Pulled the trigger on that
15,
one
30.
way out in the tram lines, and there wasn't much chance of making that.
Yeah, it seemed that he had moved a shade late, thinking that it might float wide. And then suddenly ups is dropping in, so he did move late into that. And then, of course, tried to pull off a very difficult shot. WAWRINKA.
Well, that was a slight opening for BEDENE to break back.
The BEDENE's challenger call on the left
Well,
far
that's the challenge. He has to
sideline was
challenge
called
that.
out.
Big point for him, and if somehow it got the line, get a chance to replay the point. Yeah, it did too. So
Good
now
overturn. Replay the point.
15-30 and he gets to replay the point. Stan not looking too happy with that call. Thing is, you can't, not like there's a linesman you can argue with though. Ooh, just wide. That ball sitting up too much. Oof. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. 4 massive forehands. The last one a clean winner.
30.
This one was good return by BEDENE. And finally, it's too short, too sharp an angle.
What an angle that was. And what a point to do it. Now it's 30 all. Had he missed that, it would have been 2 break points. The wide serve doing the damage as it has been all evening long today. Stan threatening to serve and volley. Yeah. Well, rushed him a little bit.
Deuce.
This is BEDENE's big chance. Get back into the set. Going for that wide serve again. Oops.
Advantage BEDENE.
Not a great time for his first double fault of the set.
I wonder if he'll start muttering to himself now, WAWRINKA. Sometimes to just lift himself, at other times just to talk out the disappointment. Oh, BEDENE was there, and once again a weak forehand volley.
Deuce.
Can't believe he didn't put that away for a second time. Paid the price the first time and almost had the same problem here. That BEDENE forehand, which was a rocket, hitting the top of the net. Very lucky for the Swiss.
Advantage WAWRINKA.
That's more like it.
Somehow it doesn't look that quick. It was a big one, 205 right down the tee.
That's what you call unplayable, right in the corner. Whoa. I think it caught the top of the net and kind of slowed down the pace of the ball, and WAWRINKA way too early on it.
Yeah, just moved a bit, and WAWRINKA
Didn't adjust.
didn't adjust. Had to move his feet to get away from the ball. You talked about how well he stays away from it. This time he couldn't.
The last 3 times he served on this side,
Advantage BEDENE.
on the deuce court, it's been double fault, ace, double fault. So he's got to get it figured out soon. Giving BEDENE another chance to get even.
Went for too much
Again, BEDENE.
and has broken right back.
One game
So
over.
BEDENE will certainly think, listen, I mean, this is a good opportunity for me. I know I went down in the first set easily, but it's not so much BEDENE playing a lot better. It's just WAWRINKA's gotten very inconsistent in the last 2 or 3 games.
Well, that's what I call a mental walkabout. To go for a second serve big down the tee on break point after having served a double on the previous point is really optimistic. That's a gift to the Slovenian. Wonder whether
Love it,
Aljas
Jay.
has a birthday coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, but WAWRINKA must have several birthdays the way BEDENE has been playing. Lots of gifting to WAWRINKA today. Even that forehand up the line, he was a little rushed, but it was makeable. Last point.
15 all.
Great serve. Needs a few more of those.
They are leaving the stands, as you can see.
Wow. Big backhands from the Swiss.
15-30.
He just have that slight lapses in concentration that has cost him 2 games in the first set, and then now 2 doubles in a row. Not sure if it's going for too much or just that he feels that his concentration wavers every now and then. Which against BEDENE would be okay, but playing somebody in the top 5 just can't afford that. Oof, that's a bad miss.
15-40.
Now, 2 more break chances. The net court has been so unkind to
Game.
the Slovenian
WAWRINKA.
on 2 major occasions, and this
WAWRINKA leads 2
especially
games to 1.
to have him lose a serve in the second set, having just broken back. Look at this great dig from WAWRINKA, and this he could have hit anywhere, catch the top of the net, and well, I can see why he's upset. Anyway, 3 games played and 3 service breaks. The Swiss star up 2 games to 1 in the second set, having won the first.
Time.
Two-one, second set. Wow, there it is. Pull the trigger on that. Running rapidly to his left.
15
Still had
over.
enough timing to knock that backhand down the line winner.
Well, Chennai knows it's tennis, and he got
Beautiful.
just applause for that. Flowing, fluent backhand.
Neither of these guys has the feel
13
today
over.
anyway to hit those drop shots. They tried about 5 or 6 together and not made a single one.
From the back court.
Right.
WAWRINKA did make a fine drop. Was closer to the net.
Oh, serve and volley. That was a tough
30-15.
angle volley that he attempted, but a little too far. He wasn't close enough to the net to try that. But still 30-15. Foot fault.
Nobody likes to hear that call.
Ooh, and a double fault. Went for the big
30
kicker out
all.
wide. He's talking to himself quite a bit.
A foot fault call can get you muttering.
I'm surprised he didn't give the linesman a dirty look. Ah, great serve. Oh, yes. Oh, that's... No. What a point by the Slovenian. Tremendous defense.
Well, WAWRINKA was certainly playing with a little bit of angst at that point, hitting it harder and harder. And he was a favourite till he came to the net and didn't play it too cleverly.
Look how well Bedene used his left hand there to get the ball around and cross court. That's what a good two-handed backhand does for you. Oh, that's a shame. From 30 love up, Bedene gets to break point and dumps that forehand. He's had so many chances to break back. He's broken a couple of times.
Net for service.
Ooh. Nope.
Advantage WAWRINKA.
Very heavy serve from the Swiss star. Some serves are sharp and some are heavy, and this is a heavy one. There it is. See, that's the one too.
Okay,
The ball sits up
WAWRINKA.
nicely for you, and he doesn't seem to mind that it's above shoulder height. Just has so much
leads
upper
3
body
games to
strength that he
1.
can put it down the line, cross court, wherever he feels like it. Now in a pretty comfortable position, a set and 3-1. As you see, Tom Anier from IMG, the tournament director. Prem Kara, former secretary of the TNTA, and between them and in the yellow shirt is Karthikeyan, who pretty much runs the event here.
15 love.
Huge first serve. A must-hold game for Aljas Bedene if he wants to stay in this match. Oh, look at that. Nice feel from the Slovenian and a side spinner reply from the
15
Swiss.
all.
Look at
The
this.
second time he's done that. Once he gets there,
Look at that
very
side
soft
spinner.
hands. Fabulous.
Very nice. Moving forward, I think Bedene was expecting to be a little deeper. Oh yes, well done. Going back behind the Swiss star.
30-15.
Yeah, well played. That's the serve that players don't use enough. The body serve, which handcuffed WAWRINKA, managed to get out of the way of it and still won the point. But a very good serve at the body from this young man here. This one, watch this. Yeah, self-defense. They still managed to get back in the point. Brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
30-40.
He had to hit a backhand that was that good. Watch this right here. On the dead run, threading the needle. Chance for a double break and effectively to put this match away. And that card certainly has been unkind to the Slovenian today. Yeah, one more backhand winner seals the fate of young Aljas BEDENE. 2 breaks of serve for the number 1 seed. 4-1 in the second set, having won the first.
Time.
Welcome back to the quarterfinal action at the Aircel Chennai Open 2014. You're watching the top seed, Stan WAWRINKA. A set and a break up from Aljas BEDENE of Slovenia. A set and 2 breaks. This is the man who took WAWRINKA out of the tournament last year in the same round. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen today.
And I like the way WAWRINKA plays his overheads. Never overhitting them, just finding a decent angle. You might say it's an easy shot, but it's the attitude with which he plays his overheads. Just nice and easy, no strain.
Good position that he gets into. Keeps his head up. Oh, that's nice. Look how tight he was into the net. Well inside the service line and poked the volley back where it came from. Look at this. Well, that's the thing. If you stand so far back to return serve, your opponent has a chance to get right on top of the net. Oh,
go for broke. Go for BEDENE.
Desperation. Well, desperation forehand.
30-15.
So actually not that bad, but BEDENE connects with this perfectly. Another smoking forehand. Return with the half volley, setting it up.
You know, one of those phases again by WAWRINKA where he's saying, "Listen, I'm going to experiment a bit. Enough of this. Just to challenge myself. Can I do it differently?" Seems to be the attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, great serve.
40-30.
So, a serve away, a point away from a 5-1 lead in the second set, the top seed.
great second serve. Oh yeah, that's just too good.
Game.
The last 5 games he's been just
WAWRINKA.
awesome. He had a bit of a mental letdown towards the end of the first set and
5
early
games
part of the
to
second,
1.
but now the backhand is returned to target.
You mentioned this earlier, Anand, that he's come back a lot stronger, considering that he played BEDENE same time,
Same round last year.
ground last year. But just getting to the top 10, I think, and the level of tennis he's playing regularly in the major tournaments has certainly helped sharpen his game. Hitting winners at will, both flanks, certainly off that brilliant backhand up the line.
And a double.
If you have an effective
Love
backhand up
fatigue.
the line at pace, the opponent really is just so difficult to guess where you're going. And you create so much space for your forehand that somebody has a backhand up the line against a right-hander. It's a huge weapon.
Another one. Wow, he's just got it dialed in for the last 20-25 minutes. Hasn't missed a single
Love
one.
30.
Now, BEDENE looking in serious danger of losing this service game as well. Yeah, needs a few of
15,
those.
30.
We must confess, BEDENE hasn't served too badly at all. Just nothing else has gone for him. 205 that last one down the middle. Not again!
Keeps doing that. And right on the baseline. And it's so measured, his backhand.
15, 40.
Up, down and up. Amazing.
So, a clutch
Match points.
of match points for the top seed. For the tournament, of course, very good news considering 2 and 3 are not there.
And luckily 4 is in the other half of the draw. So it makes for what could be a good final. Yeah, nice depth. Saves 1 match
30,
point.
40.
Must say the body language of Aljas BEDENE hasn't really indicated just how much of a rout this is, which is good to see. He's kept himself always in, always trying. No drooping of shoulders, although this is close to a humiliation.
Certainly a beat down, as they say. Ooh, good second again.
That's a shame.
And
Had the opportunity, just went for a little too much.
2 sets to none.
But he was clearly bested
6-2,
in this
6-1.
encounter. Aljas BEDENE of Slovenia, now living in London, can only come to the net, shake hands with our top seed, who is through somewhat easily. 6-2, 6-1 in the quarterfinal. And in the semis, he will meet the winner of the next match here on centre court. And a nice shy smile. Always ready to do more for the tournament, promote it, do whatever's required of him. Now, of course, the somewhat traditional hitting a few balls into the crowd off a cricket bat. And there's no doubt that his tennis has improved a great deal, WAWRINKA, but so has his cricket to an extent. So the top seed through to the semi-final against Aljas BEDENE, 6-2, 6-1. An emphatic display, huge forehand and a fluid, beautiful backhand. Vasistan, is that, oh, my Swiss not too good. Yours?
Neither is mine.
Something like goal stand, maybe,
Swiss German or Swiss French or whatever it is. Swiss German. I
or
think.
way to go stand, who knows. Did well today. And Anand, you mentioned a couple of times that little walkabout, that little taking his foot off the pedal,
Very
perhaps.
slight, very slight.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, he has reacted to the situation, knowing that he was so far ahead. We give him the benefit of doubt. Perhaps he was experimenting with those drop shots, clearly experimentation. And when he needed to raise his game once again, it came easily to him.
That's true. He won the last 5 games at a trot to win that from 1-0 to 6-1 in the second set. So,
How cleanly is he hitting it off the bat? Well done.
He's had enough practice. He's won enough matches here, so that's a good shot.
Good stuff, Stan. And that's why he's such a big favorite with the crowd. This year, of course, returning as the top seed. Wow. I think he was 6 of 6. Well done.
300th career singles win, it said there. That is certainly a landmark.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Achievement.
I think the 4th Swiss player to do that. So first serve percentage is letting Aljas BEDENE down. And the winners clearly 2-1 for the top seed. Unforced errors, just a few too many, particularly off the backhand by Aljas BEDENE. Did create a couple of break points. Couldn't do too much. Mayanti is ready on the court with the top seed.
Thank you very much. Here with Stan the man, your 300 ATP Tour title. That must be something. Are you happy to get it in Chennai?
Yeah, for sure. I cannot be more happy, after a match like that today. 300 win on the tour. It's been a long time that I'm around. So yeah, I'm really happy to be back in the semi-final for tomorrow.
That's right. You had quite a bit of success in this tournament before. This is like your 6th Chennai Open, if I'm not wrong. Should we make you an honorary citizen now?
No, I just like the people, the crowd here. The tournament is great. I'm really happy to start the year here every year. And I'm playing good so far. So again, I will try my best for tomorrow. Try to win more matches and we'll see.
Anything you want to say to this crowd over here? You've obviously got a lot of big fans.
Yeah, just thank you to come to every match. I hope you're going to come back tomorrow. It's going to be an important match for me. I like your support and that's why I come back. It's just for you.
All right. Thank you so much. All the best to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayanti. And no question that the spectators here in Chennai and all those who've been watching our coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open over the years, for all of them, Stan's a big favorite. Easy temperament, very cooperative with the tournament authorities. Never fails to spend time with the kids or the few other promotions that go on around the tournament. So what's coming up next on Centre Court? It's Indian flavor. Yuki Bhambre was a little fortunate against Fabio Fognini, the 3rd seed who had to retire, but he is in the quarterfinal. Only the 3rd Indian ever to reach the quarterfinal of the Aircel Chennai Open, that stage. Of course, he's up against a rising young star from Canada, Vasek Pospisil, the 2nd highest ranked Canadian, also very young. Should be a terrific match to watch. Thanks for joining us for our coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open. We'll take a very short break and come back with another quarterfinal. Stay right there.